Good morning, everybody. I'm not on mute. Well, I am on mute, but I'm just not talking. Give me a minute. We're going to start in 9 minutes at the New York Open. Good morning, everybody. Alrighty. Just checking over some alts. I was looking at some small caps yesterday night, and I gave a couple longs. The GRT long looks like it's doing okay as far as like the daily goes. I mean, it's not the it's not really the breakout you want to see from GRT. I mean, we got a wick up here, swept these highs, and then we're seeing to be retracing, especially on lower time frames. Easily could have moved your stop into profit on this, alright, fam? Like, anytime you get into profit, we're talking a 6% trade, right? I give you a long 6% trade, gave you the long down here at basically 15, almost 16, 15.8. I mean, technically you're still 2% in profit. So, you know, that's the risk you take when you're playing, especially small cap alts, and Bitcoin's up only mode. You can see here alts try to break out, GRT, well, small caps try to do, and they failed because, well, at the end of the day, Bitcoin's not done. All right. I wanted to go over some simple kind of TA lessons, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to teach a little bit today, and I wanted to show how yesterday, simple as the 5-minute trend, that's all you had to play, right? So here we go. We get up here, we reject, right? This is where I originally was looking to short, right? So we took a short here, came back down. Okay. As soon as this cross happened, right, at 41,700, I was watching it because you had to roll it back. You had to see some. All right, well, we crossed this 30-minute. This is when I started to short, right? Right here is when I started to short. The reason I started short is because this 30-minute got tight. Well, the 30-minute got tight. We came down here, tested support, made a higher low, and we ran. We broke above this, and as soon as you saw this trend starting to change, okay, all right, we, denied here, denied here. Okay, we made this 30-minute candle. This was confirmation, right? This was confirmation to me. We were going to continue up. That's why I had no problem closing my short early. At the end of the day, it's all about survival as a real trader. Real traders aren't trading this. I mean, that's just that. It is what it is. I don't care what anyone says. If you've been logging and just been, you're getting lucky. That's all it comes down to. It's a very easy mode market, fam. Easy mode because it doesn't matter. Technical analysis, fundamental analysis, none of that has mattered. We've just been in up only mode, right? So you can see here, all right, this looks like a nice head and shoulders. We got our head, we got our shoulders, right? That's what I was playing. It looked really good. Again, we see some type of change in this and we break out, right? All right, close the short right around here. Before we even got up here to get stopped out, mine was 42.5. We closed the short early. It is what it is. Now I want to show something on the 5-minute because this is how easy mode it's been, fam. This is how easy mode it's been. Here we go. 5-minute trend. Hold on a second. Get rid of some drawings here real quick. Five-minute trend changed here. If you had just played the 5-minute trend change, this yellow, the EMA crossed above the light blue, makes it bullish, right? And we come down here, we bounce, and we take off. We didn't lose the 5-minute trend for a long time. So at any point, really, once you saw that head and shoulders failed, this is where the head and shoulders failed on the 30-minute. As soon as you saw the head and shoulders failed, you're getting out, right? You're seeing the 5-minute trend change, and the 5-minute is just held strong. And if you look at when, we spent time up here for a long time before the 5-minute even got tight. Look at this, 44K, 44K. All right. Look, now it's getting tight. See how the trend's getting tight? All right, getting tight, getting tight, getting tight. Oh, we're still riding it. Look at that. Seriously, we still have the trend. People were shorting this because we lost the 21 EMA. The 21 EMA never crossed the blue. This is the 5-minute. If you're playing a 5-minute trend like this, 21 EMA and a 50 EMA, wait till they cross. We're not playing a 30-minute time frame. We're playing a 5-minute. You can wait an extra 5, 10, 15 minutes for this to close. Cross them. Let's watch how. Oh, still haven't crossed. Still have the trend. 44.4K, right? Still have the trend. Let's keep going. All right, still have that trend. Okay. Now it looks like maybe we're losing it, right? Nope, not yet. Still haven't lost it. No reason to short. This is the 5-minute trend, fam. The 5-minute trend. The 5-minute trend has to go bearish before the 10-minute, before the 15-minute, before the 30-minute. In fact, the 1-minute has to go bearish before the 5-minute. So still no reason to short up here, right? Continue. All right, overnight, finally get the daily close. Looks like we're about, there it is. You see that? This is where it got, you can kind of see the cross, right? 5 minute cross about to happen. Okay, officially happened there. Yellow crosses blue. Good time to short. Now let's see if you had shorted that, how it would have played out. Again, this is a strong uptrend. If you're playing a 5 minute trend right here and you short this right here, this cross, that's all you literally short right there when the cross happens. You're going to be watching this trade because it's a 5 minute trend, and you're going to instantly put your shit into profit. We're looking at already 1% now. All right, we got 1%. You see that? 1% trade on Bitcoin. If you had shorted the 5 minute trend, again, shorting in this uptrend is not smart, right? It's just not smart. Trying to swing short this, it's not smart at all. If you had shorted here, you could have got a nice, easy 1% trade, right? You'd just be looking for now the 5 minute cross back bullish. Okay, look, it's getting tight. You could have watched this happen, taken some profit here. Look, retest. Voila. You can just see how this support's playing now. This is how easy it is, fam. And I say that kind of with a grain of salt, because when we broke out that 5 minute trend, we didn't lose it for a total of 15 hours and 20 minutes. We had the 5 minute bullish trend for 15 hours and 20 minutes yesterday, fam. So again, because we're in this kind of crazy up only mode, I think the smartest thing you could do right now is obviously stay patient, right? Look for longs. Like realistically, I want to look for longs. I'm just not the type of person that's going to look for a long on a 5 minute cross like this, but theoretically should be looking for longs, right? This uptrend, if you go zoom out, it's still pretty strong, fam. Okay, we have one closed red candle. Hold on, I got oh no, here we go. Wow. We have 2 red candles, and obviously it looks like we're going to continue to pump. All right, we pumped yesterday, we pumped Monday. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that showed me that we're not just going to continue to pump. Now, like, this is, again, easy mode market. And the reason we're going to continue to say that term today, fam, is because it's important to understand what easy mode market looks like. All right? Again, fundamental analysis doesn't matter. This is a market. This is a dumb market, fam. So even a simple confirmed, this is confirmed 4-hour bearish divergence, okay? Even the most simple 4-hour bearish divergence doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, fam. All right? And again, I'm saying this because even though I know this is a scam, even though I know it's not the first, it's not the second, it's the third month in a row, fam, of historically the lowest volatility on a monthly candle. Not only is it the third month in a row of historically low volatility, we've had 3 months in a row of zero volatility on the monthly. 3 months in a row of zero volatility, while the price has expanded up, the volatility has compressed down. Now, you don't need to be the smartest person to understand this. When you go up, you want to see expansion. When you go down, you want to see expansion, right? If it's true, if the move is true, if the move is backed by something, all right? If you're expanding down, that's sell pressure. If you're expanding up, that's buy pressure. It's that simple, all right? So when you see an expansion in price up without the expansion of volume or volatility, it suggests there's something wrong. There's something wrong with that pump, okay? If you see a expansion down on price, we're dipping, okay? And there's no expansion on volume, and there's no expansion on volatility, then it's not really that heavy a sell pressure, okay? It goes both ways. You want to see expansion on volume and volatility when it's bullish, and you want to see, and if you're trying to buy the dip, you want to see compression of volume and volatility into that dip, okay? So I explain these terms because, again, you want to see volume and volatility follow the move. Wherever you're going, if you go up, you want to see volume and volatility follow the move up, let's long. If it's going down, we want to see volume and volatility to short, okay? You see some heavy volume and volatility on the downside, oh shit, someone's selling. There's actually volume down is bearish, volume up is bullish. We've had neither, fam, on this move up. We've had neither volume or volatility. A person I highly respect, and you know, this individual on Twitter, he's got hundreds of thousands of followers. Will Clementel. If you guys don't know who he is, he's kind of like the signature on-chain guy. I highly respect him. And the reason I highly respect him is because he digs deep like I do. Now, he digs deep on completely different things than I do. This guy's on-chain guy. He's the on-chain king, I call him. All right? Now, you can find anything on-chain to fit your bias. Okay? You can find anything on the chart to fit your bias. In fact, fam, if we just go over here and we look at, let's just look at the monthly, okay? Let's look at the monthly. And let's pretend like we don't have any other variables. We don't even have an EMA or MA here, okay? We could argue, just from looking at this chart, it's bullish, right? We could argue that. It's bullish, fam. If I don't know anything, I have no other variables. I don't have volume on this chart. I don't have EMAs, MAs. I don't have volatility. And I look at this chart, it looks bullish. Okay? So I could argue this is bullish just by showing you this chart. All right? It's no different for on-chain data. You could present one chart that says this is a very bullish time and we're about to hit the bull run. And you could present another chart. For example, you could present the chart of the wallets with 10,000 or more Bitcoin. Well, the wallets with 10,000 or more Bitcoin have gone down, have been slowly trending down, okay? It's actually really, really low compared to what it was at like 40 to 60K last time, okay? So at the end of the bull run last time, 40 to 60K, we had a significant more wallets with 10,000 more Bitcoin than we do now, okay? There was a lot more wallets holding 10,000 more Bitcoin on the way down from 69K to around 40K than there is now. Okay. So again, I'm just saying there's always something to fit your bias, right, fam? There's always something to fit your bias. And I highly respect Will, and we were having the debate about volume. Okay. So I think it's important to talk about what volume is. All right. So we have all these different charts, and Will is one of those OGs that I posted the Bitstamp chart. And I biasly posted it without it saying Bitstamp on it, okay? Right? I posted this chart without it saying Bitstamp on it. But he's smart enough to know, because this guy does his research, to know this is the only chart that has Bitcoin history go back this far. So he immediately calls me out. It's like, oh, yes, of course, Savage. It's easy for you to post the 7th biggest spot exchange volume, right? He made a good point. I did post Bitstamp. That's a slight bias. I posted the Bitstamp chart. I posted the 3-month volume, fam. And here is the 3-month volume on Bitstamp, okay? We're just going to look at it. It doesn't look that great, right? We'll just go from here. It doesn't look that great. All right, this is just Bitstamp. Just one exchange, not a big deal. Let's go to the two biggest exchanges, fam. I think it's important to not be biased. I got my Coinbase right here. Here's Coinbase. Now, I want you to just look at two candles here, fam. We have a red candle and we have a blue candle. I'm colorblind. It's green to me, but it may be blue to you, okay? And the volume on this month, so small, is equal, this quarter, excuse me. This quarter, not monthly. This is a quarter. This is a 3-month candle. The volume is so low on this, and look at how low the volume's equal, okay? We have a candle that looks the size of, okay, 12% body. And now we have a candle with the same volume and 25 days left with 63% size. 12% versus 63 on the same volume with 25 days left in the month, fam. That's low volume. Okay, that's low volume. I'm presenting one candle to the next one. In fact, we have a compression of volume. All right. This, fam, tends to be a volume bearish divergence. That's what that is. We're just going over volume. Okay. Historical volatility is very similar. It uses volume. Volume is a very important variable for historical volatility. It will use volume. Okay. So it's important to go over volume. And now let's look at Binance. Binance 3-month. All right. Again, compression. This is Binance, fam. This is Binance. Compression of volume. Expansion of price. That's a bearish divergence of volume. Okay. You could have a bearish divergence of RSI. You could have a bearish divergence of volatility. This has just happened to be a bearish divergence of volume. So again, me and Will were having this argument. I said, you know what? I decided to post the other two charts, and I argued. I was like, man, the volume still isn't great, Will. You know, it isn't. It really, it isn't. It isn't that great. So let's put the volume aside. I don't really need to feed my bearish bias. Fam, you guys all know I'm kind of macro. I'm not macro bearish in a sense. I'm just kind of, I'm macro warning. Okay. I'm kind of just like, I'm waving the red flag. That's all I'm doing. Okay. In a real sense, I'm bullish long-term on Bitcoin. I'm bullish 2 to 5 years out. I'm so bullish on crypto, fam. I mean, I just can't believe that. But at the same time, and we'll go over here, was extremely, and we talked about this last night. If you guys didn't check it out, last night, fam, we interviewed, I think I got it right here. First off, if you trade crypto, you need to go download that free trading terminal, hook up your exchange to an API. It's the best trading terminal out there. It saves you time. Time is so important. If you're trying to get in on a short, time, fam, time. Save yourself time. Get in, out. Set, forget. Got quick keys. I mean, it's just we had this great stream last night on the Garden of G-Gens podcast. We interviewed Sam and we talked about this market, fam. We talked about this market. Sam brought, some good points. He said that, like long term, let's say you think Bitcoin is going to be the digital gold, right? So Bitcoin has a total of 7.5 billion, 750 billion market cap, right? The total is 1.56, but the market cap for Bitcoin is 7.5, right? 750 billion. So if you had a market cap of, I think gold is 20 trillion or something like that. 10 trillion, 15 trillion, something like that. Anyways, he was just saying that like if you thought Bitcoin was digital gold, then in the long term, you have like a 15x upside on that, right? Because the market cap of gold is 15 trillion and the market cap of Bitcoin is 750 billion. Does everyone understand that? So if your argument is that Bitcoin is digital gold, but he also said that Bitcoin has no utility. It really doesn't. It doesn't have utility. It's safe money. But like gold, and he said this himself, gold is probably the most used metal in chip making, in computers, in cell phones. Gold is. Gold has a use case, fam. You need gold. We need gold. Maybe your wife needs gold. Maybe your future wife wants some gold. We need gold. Do we necessarily need Bitcoin? That argument could be made. That argument could be made. But in the sense of, 2021, I was bullish here, fam. I had no problem long in this the whole way up. I longed again, I longed down here when no one else was long in summer 2021. I longed, and I kept longing. It was easy mode market. Everything was popping off. When Bitcoin was going up, Solana went from $3 to $80 and then back down to 20 here. And then it went from 20 to 300. You guys didn't know that? Solana went from here, it was like 80, 17, 250. 80, 17, 250. How do you know that, Savage? I have a memory. I was here. I traded this stuff. That was a bull market, fam. Shit. Fam, I hate to tell you this. Right around here, Ethereum went from 2,700. In fact, Ethereum went from 900 to 2,700, and then went from 2,700 to 4,400, and then we went back down to 2,700, and then we went up to 4,800. Okay, that was Ethereum. Does anybody see Ethereum now? It is struggling to pump. Okay, it's got a little pump, but it's still struggling right underneath that monthly resistance. So my point being is when the fundamentals match the price action, fam, I'm all in. I'm telling you to get all in. I'm telling my dog to get all in. I'm telling your friend's cat to get all in. I'm telling my dead grandmother to get all in. Okay? It's that simple. Will always be a smart trader, a smart investor. It's not about passive investing, fam. For me, if you want to be a passive investor, you've come to the wrong stream. All right? If you want to just dollar cost average, you've come to the wrong stream. I will not tell any one of you to buy at $44,000. I will not tell you to buy at $40,000. In fact, the only place I'm interested in buying, and the first and only place I'm interested in buying, is and will be the 2020 yearly open retest. Right there at 29,000. In fact, we'll just go ahead and put a nice range, and I will buy anything, and I'll tell you to buy anything in that box. All right? Why? Well, because realistically, on a technical analysis standpoint, there's no reason to fade this level. Just like there was no reason to fade, and I longed this, fam, 25K. I did not short 25K once we broke it. I did not short 25K here. I longed it. I rode this long all the way to $31,000. Very public on Twitter. Posted my P&L. Who gives a fuck? Okay. I went down here long 25K and I closed it at 26.5. I assumed there was going to be a lower high. There wasn't. I was wrong. At the end of the day, let's go over here to GRT. GRT doesn't look good, fam. In fact, if you're in that GRT long, I hope you took some profit. At least move your stop to break even. You're still in profit at this point. But I closed that GRT trade. Getting to, anyways, going to here. I'm gonna go back over to the monthly. I just want to bring up a clean chart. Now, fam, nobody. The reason Twitter had low engagement this year, okay? Twitter, X, crypto Twitter. We'll call it just crypto Twitter. Still crypto Twitter to me. Had low engagement all year, fam. And there's a reason for that. Low engagement. NFTs were struggling to pop off. Alts were struggling to pop off. It was a really bearish year, right? Up until October 1st, really. Mid-September, I guess. October, really. October. Up until October, it was a pretty bearish year, fam. In fact, there isn't anybody that was successful right here. I was. I fucking crushed this range. I shorted, I longed, I shorted, I longed, I shorted, I longed. This is a range, fam. And at the end of the day, when you're a active investor and an active trader, that's all you're going to be very good at these type of things, right? You're going to be very good at the range playing. And when it's not a range play, you're not going to be that good. Right? You're just not. Because most people don't understand that the up-only market, right? The up-only market is so quick, fam. So quick. Okay? We're going to call up-only here from here. Okay? I'm not going to call it from here. I'm going to call it from here. Because to be honest, I saw COVID from here to 10,500 chop everyone out of the market before it took off. And I was long. I was long at 9, 10K. I was bullish. I was long well after the pandemic. I made a fucking shitload of money in that last bull run. But back here, this entire time, this was choppy. Don't care how the monthlies look. It was choppy. But we're going to just go from the bull run. Wrong one, fam. And we talk about how long these little, okay, 5 months, 5 months, okay, 5 months. And then you could argue 3 months a chop, 5 months a bull run, right? 5 months a bull run, 3 months a chop. If you got lucky, you didn't get chopped here, I'll call this 4 months a bull run, okay? 3 months. We'll call it 3 months. So 5 months, 3 months. Okay. This is where my point gets made. You want to know who made money in the 13 months from 69K to 16K? Does anybody want to know who made money from 69K to 16K? It was people like me. It was your trader CZs. It was your trader XO. Okay. It was your traders. Your traders made money. All right, so while everybody on Twitter who's loud and euphoric right now comes out of their hole after a 13-month ass whooping and talks shit to me about their 1, 2, 3 months. It's been 3 months. I'm not going to count. I'm not going to count September. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Let them be loud, fam. Let them. Because they're only going to be loud for a 5-month period, a 3-month period, a 3-month period. Because most of the market, fam, is this, okay? An 8-month period of ranging and chop, okay? Most of the market, fam, is a 1-year range of bleeding and chop, all right? So whenever this ends, it's going to end soon because we can just see right here, 5 months, you know, you don't count 2015. You can't count this, fam. Bitcoin was $200. You can't count this. It went 200, 700, 40% pullback to 300, 350, and then fucking went from 350 to 20K. All right. This was the bull run. Can't count this. We had 0% interest on credit. We had, everyone was fucking rich. Everyone had so much disposable income in 2015, 2016, 2017. They could throw their money at dirt and buy dirt and be speculating dirt. Sand on a beach. Okay? So my point being is, while everyone's having fun, it's important to be patient. Be patient, fam. We're going to have our 12-month period of fun. We're going to have our 8-month period of fun. And everyone else that's euphoric and talking shit, oh, why, everyone's shorting every 4 hours. Let them fucking do that shit, fam. Because this up-only shit happens a fraction of the time over the real market period, okay? I mean, shit, we had 3 months here. We had 3 months here of chop for 4 months of up, all right? Most people here in summer 2021, I know, I was here. Most people here lost it all. If you made money from here, they lost it all by the time they got to 29K. Once we resolved 29K and we popped up, people got loud again. They pretended like they just held their crypto after a 50% wipeout, because this was a 50% dip, fam. All right. Everyone acted like they were just bag holding. Oh, yeah, I held my Solana from $80 to $17. Oh, yeah, I held my Solana. Now I'm going to ride it at 250. Fuck Savage. Why is he bearish? Like, bruh, I held my Solana. Dude, that ain't smart. That's just, it isn't smart, fam. So at the end of the day, it's important to be patient. It's important to kind of zoom out and have an understanding of this market, fam. The up-only mode will only be such a short period of time. This entire year, I would argue even from January. January was a bull candle, okay? We'll call that a bull candle. That was an easy mode up only, all right? It was a breakout. Most people didn't long it because they after the FTX crash, they didn't think it was over. All right, so I would argue even most people didn't get in, but we'll just give you the benefit of the doubt and say that everyone got in here. All right, but still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. 8 months out of the 12 months this year, it's been chop mode. 8 months out of the 12 months, unless you bought in spot and held, you weren't making money. 99% of those people weren't making money out there. I was. I will be here when this little fucking up only is over, and all those cockroaches that came out after the long ass winter to come eat my plate of cheese, they're gonna fucking run back to their hole, because it'll be me building that pile of cheese up on that plate. And at the end of the day, the reason I continue to stress this, fam, is because there's no need to FOMO this, fam. There is no need to FOMO this. We have always seen that type of correction that I continuously show on the cycle. We've always seen it at the halving period. Again, I continue to bring this chart up. All right. We have filled an inefficiency here. That's a 40% correction in 2015. Okay. I didn't even count. Okay. I'm not even counting the COVID dip. 40% correction, right? I'm not counting the COVID wick. We would have regardless went down to 6,600 in my opinion without that COVID wick. You can see that support right there. That 6,600 support. Regardless, I'm even being more bullish here. This was actually a 70% correction because of COVID. Who knows what the future is going to bring, but 40% correction. And guess what, fam? A 40% correction, let's say if it were to stop today, we know it's not going to stop today. I do think it's going to go to that 50,000, 49, 50,000. So we'll go up to that level and we see a 40% correction. All right, there it is. Where does it mark us? 29K. Holy shit, dude. 29K. Wait. The Savage, is this guy smart, dude? Oh, is this guy smart? What the fuck, dude? Why would we go just deviate over the 2022 yearly open with a little wick to go retest the 2020 yearly open before really riding the real bull market? Why would that happen? Because that's technical analysis, fam. And that's how it works. It's always retested its yearly levels, fam. In fact, there's a yearly retest that has not even happened, fam. Right here. Sorry, right here. So, for the record, this is the 2020 yearly open, okay? There has never been a retest of that 2020 yearly open. Now, it doesn't say that we're going to have to see it. But everything's probable, right? And this 2020 yearly open, in my opinion, will always be on the table. The reason it's on the table, fam, is because it's untested. This is the 2020 yearly open. We've yet to test it, retest it, 7,100. We blew by it. And I would say in the most bearish scenario, a pandemic, maybe the start of a war, an unexpected war, whatever. I can't predict what this black swan may or may not be. But if there was a black swan, this, fam, would be the ultimate buy zone. If you don't know, fam, we have a CME gap. Let's bring up the CME chart. Right? Let's bring it up. And we're going to bring up that CME chart because we have some CMEs to fill. Right? We have a CME right here. I'm not sure if you know, fam, we filled them all. Pretty sure we filled them all. We had a gap here. Was that the gap? Anyways, we filled all the gaps. Someone said there's a 3K one. Is there really one down here? Filled. No, we don't have one down here. Someone said on Twitter that we have a $3,000 one. We don't. We had one. We had a gap at 3,800 that got filled with the COVID wick. I'm assuming that might be it. Regardless, okay? Most of these gaps get filled. It takes them a long time to get filled. Look, I'm not, at the end of the day, I'm not playing this, but we got a fucking gap here, fam. We got a gap at 9,800. And so for everyone that hates on somebody giving you a ridiculous prediction, bear market prediction, you should continuously hate the person that hates on the bull market prediction, fam. All right? If you are going to buy into a 100K bull market target, then you better buy in there's a chance that we could go to 10K. Otherwise, you're being biased. If you think there's a chance Bitcoin can go to $100,000, you're speculating. It's a speculative asset. Then why can't somebody speculate we go to 10 or 12K? That's it. It's pretty simple. If you can speculate it's going to go to 100K, 500K, like Kathy Wood said, then you can, anybody has the right to speculate how low we can go, fam. I can't stress that enough. So I can hate on Capo all day, every day for him calling the fucking 12K since 16K. We can all hate on Capo for him calling 12K since 16K. Okay? This guy's been calling 12K for an entire year. Meanwhile, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get bullish till here. Yeah, I got bullish here. I didn't get really bullish here. Definitely I bought spot here, announced it, got really bullish here. Then I continued to play the market. But I'm not gonna lie, I missed that. I think most people did. I mean, it was disbelief. We had FTX crash, whatever. Anyways, I missed that. I did. I didn't buy a significant amount of spot. I didn't buy my Solana at $7. I didn't buy Bitcoin at 16. I bought it at 19K, and I bought it at 19K. I bought it at 19K way before. I bought it numerous times before that FTX collapse. So honestly, my average Bitcoin price before this rip out was 19K. So when you break out of this, you want to get that low price again. It's a natural kind of emotion that goes, oh man, we're going to go back to 16K and test it. We never really did. I bought in. Whatever, I rode this market, I played this market the rest of the year, but if you've been bearish since here and you didn't play any of this, you're a fucking dumbass. You're a capo, okay? The capo, whatever, however you pronounce it. I think it's pronounced in different languages everywhere. It's pronounced differently everywhere in different languages. So, let's talk about what we see here, fam. All right, we had a 3-day close here yesterday. Let's pull up that clean chart. And the reason I wanted to bring all that stuff up, fam, because I think it's important to kind of zoom out and have some perspective. The up-only market lasts for 3 to 5 months, and then it's going to be 10 to 12 months of chop on average. We'll call it 8 to 12 months of chop. 3 to 5 months of up only, 8 to 12 months of chop. It could only be 3 months of up only, fam. Like seeing that, I highly doubt that we're going to see 5 months of up only into the halving. I don't see that. I can expect us to see like a 5 or 6 month up only when the real bull market happens about a year, a little less than a year after the halving is when the bull market's supposed to start. With an asterisk, fam, assuming the global financial conditions allow it, assuming that they're starting to ease the tightening, they've pivoted, the feds have pivoted, the Fed has pivoted, excuse me. It's important to understand that when you say feds, you're talking about the FBI, and you say Fed, you're talking about the Federal Open Market Committee. So look, we had a 3-day candle, fam, that closed pretty chad. I mean, realistically, this is, someone argued this isn't bearish divergence, but unfortunately it is. This is bearish divergence, and the reason it's bearish divergence is because the angle at which we went up at is bearish divergence, all right? You want your slopes to get at least close enough to each other. Obviously, RSI from here to here did not really make a new high. It kind of did. And we have some bearish divergence on 3-day. Now, this is not confirmed, as I said yesterday, until we have a 3-day red close. So as far as I'm concerned, I go back to that 5-minute. I go back to Bitcoin. Let's look at the 5-minute. We're going to go look at that 5-minute trend, fam. Okay, look, we have it. And it's kind of bleeding, right? All right, so let's zoom out. How's the 10-minute trend look? All right, we had it, lost it, have it again. Kind of losing the 21 EMA, but we still have it. Let's look at the 15-minute trend. All right, lost it, blah, blah, blah. 30-minute trend. All right, this is the trend you want to watch. Why? Well, this is the 30-minute trend we've been playing. In fact, fam, we've had this 30-minute trend since 37,800. We broke above it, held it, consolidated all the way to where it looked like it was going to be a bearish cross. Pumped, almost bearish cross, didn't cross, pumped, bearish cross, fake out. And again, this is what you look for. All right, we had a cross here. You short, right? You short this. And then as soon as price action breaks above this again, that 50 MA, you got to close it. So that would have been a loss if you just use that 30-minute trend. This is the 30-minute break, bearish cross fake out. Regardless, we're getting tied up here again. We're going to have to watch and see what happens with Bitcoin. And I think like if we could get a bearish cross, right? Get a bearish cross on this. And if price action starts to work below this, then this line, right? Probably even put another line here. You get a 30-minute cross, you come down here, you break price action below this, and then you see some type of dump, right? We get a dump to 42.8, 42.9, pump it back up to 43.5. Everyone thinks it's bullish. And then we see some type of rejection here. That's when maybe I might look for a Bitcoin short. But at this time, I don't think Bitcoin's the play, fam. I don't think it's really smart to trade an up-only market. Look, it's never ending. It's literally never ending. It's just, as a trader, this is not the conditions to trade on Bitcoin. But I could argue, you look at something like Solana, right? And this is pretty clean. Let's pull up the Solana chart. Let's talk about the 3-day on Solana. Okay. All right, so Solana has failed really to make new highs. All right, we wicked up here. We didn't wick above the new highs. This entire time, basically since November 9th to here, we've been ranging. Let's go ahead and pull up that 4 hour because it has a nice range. All right, we have a nice range here on the 4 hour. And here's our range. Here is our higher lows. And we kind of got a meme line, right? So I look at this and I'm like, okay, this is still range playing. The unfortunate part is this range play can continue to happen until Bitcoin finds its sweet spot. Until Bitcoin really gets a rejection and gets a larger range, I don't think alts are going to run. And we could see something going back to the Bitcoin chart. We could see something where, right? Let's see here. Let's say we see Bitcoin make a range like this, all right? 41.4. This would make a lot of sense actually, but we get some type of range here. This would be bullish for alts. This is kind of what you want to wait for, fam, to get into alts. Now, I did long some small caps yesterday because small caps were running. Again, I'm going to go back to GRT because GRT1 had a bullish look. All right, so GRT. And a GRT could still be bullish. Again, hence why, you know, if you're going to stay in this trade, just put stops at break even. You get stopped out, it is what it is. But I would say small caps, the important thing to understand is most small caps you can't use high leverage for. So most exchange won't allow the high leverage. Some do, some like Binance, the Bybits will. But the more legit exchanges like the BingX's, the FemX and stuff, they won't allow you to go balls to the wall on some of these small caps. So a good play on these small caps, in my opinion, is buying spot. You bought GRT spot, 15, 16 cents. You ride that to, again, this is pretty bullish as long as that daily closes above it. And this has, if it has a body and some middle body with even wicks, that's going to be a continuation, fam. Let me just tell you. But regardless, you could have a 45% spot trade just on GRT. These are pennies on the dollar, 16 cents, fam. And when I play these small caps, that's the better play because on BingX, you can only put $5,000, 30x or 20x size on a GRT trade. You go over and I saw ZIL. ZIL also has a very similar look. Now notice ZIL. Oh, this is actually a really good look. ZIL has a buy right here. It's flat. It's being absorbed on volatility. But another good look, I'd argue ZIL has a very typical cup and handles kind of shape on the daily. And we're at that neckline, right? You're basically, I admit, long and into resistance here. But again, the hold looks good here. As long as we have this hold here, red flat candle, flat body candle, green flat body candle, they're going to probably want to close it green, but green flat body candle or green with body or a flat red candle, in my opinion, is continuation on ZIL. So that's going to be something I'm watching. I'm watching some of these low caps. Low caps seem to be going off right now, while mid to macro caps aren't moving at all. I'm going to show FET. And the reason I'm going to show FET, fam, is because everybody's been shilling this shit and it did not break out. In fact, we have even a worse look now on FET to where I would argue that's a pretty good deviation of daily range, right? You come up here, deviate below, although volatility is pretty low here, we could hold and continue to pump. But FET, people have been shilling FET now for, it looks like the last 2 weeks and we haven't moved, all right? So something like FET doesn't look that good. Zill, GRT look good. Anybody have some other low caps show them? Yesterday I saw, I hate showing this one, Capo, Mong. Oh, here we go. Mong could be good. Could. Like to see a break of that. But again, there's lots of opportunities out there, fam. I think the most important thing to do is, find the gems. Find the gems and trade the gems. Here we go. Here's another one. Beautiful, beautiful look, fam. All right, so this is very similar to GRT, fam. Very similar. We got Mana. It's one of those like sandbox ones. Again, it's at resistance. Technically. God, where would the stop be? I guess the stop would have to be right there. Mana, what's nice about Mana is, again, 48 cents. Could buy a spot bag. I'm expecting, let's look at the 3-day here. Yeah, these 3 days look really good, fam. 3-day cross. Let's check the weekly. This is very good, fam. Mana right now has a very good look. This is a impending weekly cross, fam. This is like how Solana started. You could see, I could see totally Mana going to here. That's a pretty big trade. Glad I looked at this. 83 cents. You could 2x your money on Mana. This is a really good look, fam. The weekly looks okay. I'm telling you, this is signature bullish. Mana looks really good. I saw Sand. Let's see how Sand looks on the weekly. Sand, look at this. Okay, this is a perfect example. Sand will follow Mana. All right, here's Sand. See how Sand is not above the 50 MA? Weekly 50 MA, but Mana is fighting it. Similar look, fan. After Mana, it'll be Sand. They kind of rotate together, those two. This is just from experience and history, fam. Yeah, Sand looks really good. This signature right here, this weekly signature, could be bearish. But I'll tell you what, from every other thing I'm seeing right here on Sand and Mana, the EMA and MA are so tight on the weekly. This downward consolidation, like look at this. Short here, you shorted here, trend down. As soon as that crosses, fam, we're gonna pop. So these are some nice low cap gems. Sand, 44 cents. Mana, 48 cents. Mana looks a little bit stronger today. Sand hasn't really started moving, but it will. I'm telling you, they coincide with each other, fam. Really like that. Fuck, man. Always do. Again, boom. And this is, again, spot plays, fam. No need to be greedy. Spot plays, spot plays, spot plays. That looks like a really good trade. 44 cents to $1. Look back here. They're about the same trade. They're literally the same trade, fam. How would you play Mana and Sand if you had 1K? That's kind of a Joey. That's kind of a hard question. I would just, the only reason how I would play it is I'd play Mana first and I'd rotate into Sand. Joey, I'd throw 1,000 into Mana. I'd watch it pump, right? Pump it, get some pump in Mana, and then I'd rotate my gains into Sand and then watch that pump. Because again, Sand is a little bit behind Mana, but it's going to get there, fam. It's going to get there. I played Matic at 35K, fam. We longed Matic at 35K at 73 cents. It went to 93. I had it on stream. I had the setup on stream. Like, People acting like I'm a bear. Like, dude, I longed Matic from 73 to 93. We also shorted Matic. We also shorted it recently. But like Sand, oh my gosh, I'm telling you right now, this is just, all they're going to have to do is close it over, and this isn't even much. Get a weekly close over that. Ooh. On Sand. Mana's going for it. You can see it. Pretty clear weekly level here. We could argue that's it. So get over 50 cents on Mana. Again, the way this EMA and MA are so tight, just buy spot. Buy Mana spot. Buy Sand spot. Yo, what's up, Nabeeks? I didn't say hi to everybody. What up, Quincy? Awooks, Manifest, Boris. Thank you for coming by, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just kind of got right into the nitty gritty. Okay, so I like Mana, I like Sand, and these are kind of the ones, like the way they have their signature look, right? And I'm going to bring Solana as an example. Here's weekly Solana. If anybody knows, I was getting extremely bullish right around here. Extremely bullish. We bought spot at 15. We bought spot at 17. I was extremely bullish right here. Now look, they can get close, cross it, a little dip, fake out, and pump. But the point is, when this weekly crosses here, fam, let's pull up the Binance. When this weekly crossed here, it promoted a big move. Bullish cross in the weekly, big move. Now look at Mana and Sand. Wow, I'm glad I found these. These are like just gonna be winners, dude. Mana, close to crossing the weekly. Sand, and these are fresh enough. These all came out at the end of the last bull market. These coins are fresh enough, in my opinion, fam, that they're gonna run a little bit. Sand, same thing, right? And the reason you want to buy spot, fam, is that they're just cheap. They're low, they're small coins, and we're talking about a 2x gain. So if you put $1,000 in, Joey, right? And you just bought spot and you held with conviction. You held until Bitcoin gets that ETF date. You get the ETF approvals, let's say mid-January, maybe it's the beginning of February, whatever. By that time, these are going to have run, right? We got time. So I kind of expecting the small caps to run right now. We saw the large caps run. We saw the mid caps, and I've been paying attention. Ches is another one. It's okay. I'm glad you brought up Ches, Joey, but Ches to me doesn't look that great. It's just not the same. They are getting tight, but you're going to want to see a break over, it looks like a break over that. And then you got time on Ches. I don't know if Ches is quite ready. This is a low cap. This is a micro cap. 8 cents, kind of a micro cap. Low caps around that 50. Yo, Lindsay Kins, thank you for that follow. But low caps are kind of around that 40, 50 cent to $1 range. H-bar's one. Oh. Hello, fam. Hello. I'll go on H-bar, fam. I'll go on H-bar. This is exactly what I've been saying with the Mana and the Sand. This is already ahead of Mana. This is way ahead of Sand. Fam, we're above the 21 EMA. We're above the 50 MA. They about to cross this and send H-bar. If you guys are wondering why your alts aren't pumping, alts are pumping. It's just not your alts. So how about you make a bag and now your alts can pump? You create a bag, a new bag of low caps, micro caps, and you're gonna have some fun, fam. This is a beautiful look on H-bar, an absolute beautiful look. I mean, this is, ooh, oh baby, fam. H-bar, you buy at 6 cents, and you sell at you sell if it goes below 4. I mean, if you guys are wondering, H-bar hasn't went below 4 one time. This is wick off accumulation, fam. Typical wick off. Here's your spring. Here's your retest. H-bar is going to run. Wow. What a good look. This is bullish. Extremely bullish. This was more bullish than Mana and Sand. And I'll tell you what, fam, if you're wondering where this is going to go, you are going to feel that FVG right there. Fair value gap. So, and again, Bitcoin, it ain't going anywhere, fam. It's not going anywhere. Not yet. It's still not going anywhere. So things are going to run. It's going to be these small caps. Let's look at our Doge. Okay, Doge looks like I got shit on for this one. Everyone remember this? Probably not. We did this one on stream. Right there. We did this one on stream. A couple weeks back, Doge. And we longed here. We did this on stream, fam. Final TP, 15 cents. It's still running. Actually, that's not a great 4 hour, but regardless, you see the TPs. Did this one on stream, fam. Like 2-3 weeks ago. I know when I did this. I did this one on stream when I did Matic 2-3 weeks ago. So if you're following me on these Mana and the Sand and the H-bar trades, don't think. Gotta execute right now, fam. Execute. All right? Again, I highly recommend playing them spot. Spot. You're going to make more money on spot. Most exchanges will not let you go crazy on size and leverage anymore on these small coins. All right? You could 2x leverage, Joey. That's not bad, man. 2x, 3x, everyone to each their own, right? Your risk is your risk. My risk is my risk, though. But, fuck, man. H-bar. I'm so glad we saw that. H-bar looks so good. God, I hope you guys get in that shit, dude. It looks so good. Again, this is a 6 cent coin. And you cut it below 4, excuse me. Buy it at 6 cents, fam. Oh no, it doesn't go to 20 cents. Maybe it only goes to 10 cents. You just doubled your money, 80% gain. Sell it, reload up back down here. But I'll tell you what, when these guys take off, you see this huge consolidation, this huge accumulation. This is weeks, fam. Weeks of accumulation, right? When these take off, they may not return for a while. Okay, these haven't taken off. These aren't the Atoms. In fact, Adam's won, huh? Adam hasn't taken off either. Will it? It's a question. This is kind of... But I'm trying to use another example. Not Ripple. Not Ripple. That's a bad example. Inch. Okay. Right? Here's your weekly weeks of consolidation. Bull flag. Breakout. Link is a good one. Weeks of accumulation. Breakout. And I will argue that Link still looks good right now. Link still looks good. We got a weekly kind of hold here. Not weekly bearish divergence yet. Let's check the 3-day. Link has a 3-day hold, all right, versus something like Solana. Solana has a 3-day sell. Not only does Solana have a 3-day sell, we have confirmed 3-day bearish divergence on Solana. I've been taking lots of shorts on this over and over and over. So this is our sell signal. Here's another 3-day sell signal. This is a huge zero volatility and 3-day bearish divergence. Matic testing head and shoulders breakdown. That's what you're playing right now. Let me check Matic for you. Matic had a head and shoulders. Matic is a long. Boris. Matic is a long, my man. This is pretty... So what Matic is likely going to do here, this is a fresh 3-day print. We have a flat red doji pivot. All right, so that means this was a very low volatile candle. Only thing this candle did in the last 3 days was wipe out open interest. Okay, it was a flat volatility, wiped out open interest. This is a pivot. Now, volatility pivots are non-directional, but this looks bullish. And the reason it looks bullish is because RSI can come up here much further, right? Make a higher high on the price action, but we can come up here maybe right here and still have that bearish divergence on that 3-day that we talked about, which is always a good top on the macro, on Bitcoin, on crypto and stuff. We have room. We have room for Matic. I would argue that this pivot is a little concerning. The fact that the first day, this is a pretty Chad 3-day candle, and we're only 14 hours into this day, fam, and this is a pretty good candle. I don't know if I'm short Matic. I'm going to look at the daily real quick. Yeah. Is it retesting the neckline? This is kind of the head and shoulders I saw. I would argue it's not really retesting it yet. This, though, I think the Matic short is 87, 88, but it doesn't look bearish. This is a low print, but this looks like it's gonna expand, fam. This looks like it's gonna expand. You can't tell me it looks that good and then we don't expand. The only way this doesn't expand up on volatility is if Bitcoin just shit the bed. But I don't know if I'm shorting Matic here. I don't like Matic short. It doesn't look. One thing we can look at is Matic Bitcoin, okay? And something you're not going to want to see on Matic Bitcoin for a short is Matic Bitcoin strength. So here we are, a period of low volatility. You see that blue? And then we have strength right here. So they're pumping Matic. They're going to pump Matic, and they're probably going to test this bearish Matic Bitcoin cross here. So they got some room. But with all that being said, Shaw, it's not going to make a new high. I don't think Matic's going to make a new high. It's just going to go over here, wipe out some shorts and some open interest, trap some longs before we go down. I think a lot of the coins look like they're going to look like Solana, right? So Solana is kind of leader. Link and Solana are kind of leader. This pump from 27K with Bitcoin, they're finishing first, all right? And then it's your mid caps are going to finish second. And then it's going to be your small caps finish third, and then your low caps finish last. But the problem is that while the mid caps are finishing, the small caps are just getting going. So yeah, the small caps will finish last, but they're just getting going. The micros and the smalls are just getting going. So we have time. We got time, fam. I think the earliest date they can approve these things is like early January. We got time. Look for the longs. There's longs out there that aren't Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of settled down as long as we don't break this range. Again, we don't break some type of range like this, then it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine for a lot of these low caps. And you're going to want to watch those low caps, fam, when Bitcoin dumps, right? Because whatever low cap, mid cap, large cap holds the best, it's like a competition. Whatever coin holds the best, when Bitcoin has some type of open interest wick down, we'll call it a wick. We won't even call it a dump. Wicks down, wicks right back up, right? Because we're still bullish. We're still bullish to those ETFs get approved. If Bitcoin had something like that, pay attention to what is holding up the best. Because whatever holds up the best, whatever bounces the hardest, that is what you're going to want along. That is what you're going to maybe think about buying some spot in. But I'd argue a lot of those low caps, man, haven't even begun. I think there's still 2X's a lot in the low caps, and probably a little more than a 2X in the micro caps. In a spot trade, I think really people need to understand that those low caps and micro caps, the best way you can play them is spot, because regardless what happens now, you hold on to that bag, right? You're not buying crypto with money you need for pay your rent. All right, you're buying these low caps with your extra disposable income, and then in 6 months to a year, you're really getting paid on the low caps. because all those low caps I mentioned, the Mana, the Sand, they're GRT. Let's see how this looks. GRT still, right now it still looks like it's going to be a good long. This is a good daily so far. I mean, all these coins, fam, have room to run still. Definitely have room to run. I'd argue that GRT. Let's look at the weekly. See, GRT, look at this. It's a perfect example. GRT has the weekly cross. It's going to push that price up. We're going for that wick, fam. GRT is going. Still think it's a good long. Still think it's a good long here. Zill looks, see, Zill, fam, looks exactly like Mana. The weekly is going to try to close over that 50 MA. We'll have a little chop city here, and then we're going to pop. So Zill, 2 cents. Why aren't you buying a bag of that? Why aren't you buying $200 on Zill for a quick 2x? I mean, it's there's your 2x right there. All it has to do is get to 4 cents. Once these cross, they're gonna pop, fam. Look at this. Cross, sends the price, consolidation, keeps going. I'm interested to actually see where Sol is. Sol has so much time. Oh my god. Look at this. See where the 21 EMA is on Sol? All right, now let's go back to Zill and see how. Actually, hold on. So see how it consolidates? It goes up here, pops way above the 21 EMA. Range. That's what we're looking for, fam. Right? We're looking for this. Bitcoin dump. That's what we're looking for. It's probably going to have to be something like that for Sol to continue. Very similar to this, right? You get this 21 EMA. Right? This 21 EMA looks like this, and then sends it. Or we break below the weekly 21 EMA and we dump. But again, Solana, we have so much time, fam. And because we have time, fam, we might as well just go with the trend. Look for some longs in those micro caps, those small caps. You know, again, I'm short Solana. I've been doing a lot of short on Solana because reality is Solana is pretty weak. Sol Bitcoin is pretty weak. Like we can't even gain the 1 hour right now. We haven't crossed it. We crossed it bullish and we couldn't keep price action above it. If you go over here, the daily has a sell on Solana, and not only does the daily Sol Bitcoin have a sell, but we have a nice little flag. So look, lost the 21 EMA. All right, I'm gonna get rid of that. We're above the 50 EMA on the daily, but Sol Bitcoin, right? Look at that. Retest, failed to break back into the flag. Retest, should have low volatility. No, we actually got some decent volatility here, but I'd argue this is not a very bullish candle for now, and we could see some more dumpage here for Solana. Solana, Ethereum, kind of the same look. Argue this is kind of a descending triangle. So yeah, I mean, it's really about finding the ones that kind of work for you. But right now, I would say Bitcoin is finally settling down for now. And I say that with a grain of salt and pepper, but it's finally settling down for now. And it's if it starts ranging, it finds a bigger range. The small range isn't going to pump alts, fam. Okay, this is kind of the bigger range that you need to pump alts. Right here. We were pumping alts here, right? And that's kind of what you need to see for alts to have another extension up. All right. So again, be safe, mad love. Join the Discord. Go download Teal Sheet. Audio? I'll look up audio. Go download Teal Street, fam. If you guys, can you explain just your MAs cross and their values? I used the 21 EMA and the 50 MA, Shazeb. I'm not going to explain it. I did at the beginning of the stream if you missed it. So you can watch the VOD. Audio, though. But I just use it on every time frame. The way you have to do it, fam, and we'll use Bitcoin example is we're looking at overall trend, okay? Right? Lost the 5 minute, okay. Lost the 5 minute. How does the 10 minute look? Watch how I work time. 10 minute, okay, we're still bullish. The yellow has not crossed down the blue. 10 minute is still bullish, although the price action's below. That's kind of that's a pre-warning that this could cross, okay? All right, 10 minutes still bullish. The yellow is still above the blue, but the price action's below. So it's kind of 15 minute below the 21 EMA, above the 50 MA. It's getting tight here. Okay. 30 minute. Price is now broken below the 21 EMA. This is getting extremely tight. The last few times, this is a fake out. Got tight, popped, got tight, popped. So really watch that 30-minute trend. When you see this yellow drop down below and you get some heavy price action below here, again, just draw your levels of support and resistance. It's right there. Pretty clean, right? You can see this right at the bottom of these candles. Cross this, price action gets below here. Then we're gonna see Bitcoin kind of move to a lower range area. That lower range area is where we're gonna have to watch. Is there anyone that still uses Exchange UI and not just Teal Street? Yeah, I mean, like I use BingX's Exchange platform all the time. It depends on where I am. Like on my mobile, I just like to use the app. But if I'm on my computer, I'm usually using Teal Street. When I'm on my computer, I'm usually using Teal Street, fab. I'm pulling up my Teal Street right now. And the reason is because you can just get in and out. I can set my stops, you know. Whatever. So, but yeah. Teal Sheet's though. I love Teal Sheet. It's just so easy, fam. Last night, if you guys watched the podcast last night, I was trading. I was trading right here, talking to Sam and Q, and looking at the Solana chart here. So I had Solana chart, I had Teal Street, and I had the podcast here. And I could, yes, BingX has Teal Street integration, Hydra. It does. It does. Teal Street integration, I believe, is on every major exchange. Every exchange. Sam, you missed this, but Sam went to Singapore, where a lot of those exchanges are kind of headquarters, and Sam made relationships with every exchange. The founder of Teal Street, right? His name's Sam. He made relationships with all the exchanges, and literally you can do any exchange. I'll read off the ones, I guess. Let me look at my API real quick. API keys, okay. So, new API key. All right. Exchange, you guys want to listen? They're compatible with Bybit, Binance, BitGet, BitMEX, BingX, OKX, FEMX, and WooX. So that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not a MEX fan. I've seen some horrible things come out of MEXC. So no wonder they're probably not on that exchange, or they're not tied into Tool Street. But regardless, fam, I appreciate everybody coming by. I always talk forever. I'm gonna call on the stream. I'll be back tomorrow for the Bitcoin close stream that's here on Twitch. Make sure you join the Discord, fam. Again, it's free. You went for F1. We went for F1 and made exchange deals. That's dope. Yeah, Hydra. So B20, B20, you just need to make sure you're on a VPN before you do before you sign up and stuff. Like, what's the issue you're having, B20? You know, B20, DM me in Discord. B20, DM me in Discord and I'll help you. I have relationships over there. I can talk to somebody if we're having some issues or whatever. But yeah, DM me, B20, in my Discord. I think my Discord's DMs are open. So DM me or add me, then DM me. I'll look out for it right now and I'll help you. Yeah, no worries. I highly recommend people getting on BingX. Hey Joey, thank you, man. I'm just a trader, man. I'm not. You know what? In September, I was so on fire, fam. I was so on fire. Like, if you had called me a legend back then, I would have been probably putting the king's crown on my head. But right now, I'm just struggling to survive in up only mode. It's extremely hard for me to trade. I'm a trader. And so, you know, it's just up only mode is extremely hard for me to trade, fam. And I think any trader will admit that. Sam, last night on podcast, has not traded the last 3 or 4 weeks. And he said that, you know, frankly, you know, he said this to me now. He goes, you know, Savage, me and you are just too dumb to trade this market. And, you know, we're too dumb to trade this market. We're too dumb. And that was sarcasm, obviously. Code to join BingX? Yeah, here, I'll drop right here. You can get up to 10K right there. Click on that. Yeah, Joey, you just got long everything. You know, we had a long at 37.2. If we had held that long at 37.2, me and the Discord had it, whatever, a week ago. If we had held that long at 37.2, the price, it went up to 44K. I mean, but realistically, who wants to hold a trade during weekend? Oh yeah, audio. God, fuck. Sorry, so sorry, my man. Let me look at audio. I'm gonna look at the weekly first, all right? Because I want to see where we are. Don't like that wick with 4 days left. It's getting tight though. Audio's getting tight. It's expanding up. Yo, Just Bohab, thank you for that follow. It's expanding up. Let me see the 3-day. Ugh. It didn't print 3-day bearish divergence. You know, audio looks like it has continuation. Optimus Prime. I can't say it's bearish, you know? I don't think it's bearish. I mean, we're talking about a very new shiny coin, right? This is a pretty new shiny coin. It's been around since October 2020. Here's the lows, held really nicely, and we have a weekly impending weekly bullish cross. Now look at this. Here's the last bullish cross, and now we're having it again. I mean, I don't think it's bearish. It's just I don't like that wick so far. I wouldn't mind adding this to my bag though, just because it's got a nice signature weekly cross impending. Optimus Prime. Joey, I think at some point Sailor's not gonna be the same Sailor whale he is. Okay, so at the end of the day, I'll end it on this. At the end of the day, I just read an article. Tether has been accumulating Bitcoin, right? Tether has been accumulating Bitcoin, and their average price is $22,000. Do you guys know that? Tether has been accumulating Bitcoin. So Tether, which can print Tether out of thin air, they need to have 1-to-1, but they can still print it out of thin air because no one checks their balance sheet. Tether has accumulated like 50,000 Bitcoin at around $22,000 buying price. Binance has like a less than $10,000 average buy price. Coinbase has a less than $10,000 average buy price. And then Sailor has a $30,000 buy price and buys at any price. 22K. Joey, let's put it this way. If something were to happen to Tether, like Binance related, you'd argue that no, we'll see 22K and much, much lower. There's a lot of speculation out there that that's going to be it. Something's going to happen. The SEC or the DOJ, Department of Justice, is going to crack down on Tether and wipe them out. There's speculation. That's speculation. There's no facts behind that. I don't have that speculation. I've only heard that. As far as I'm concerned, it's a rumor. But the point I was making is that we have all these entities with extremely better average spot price, right? They have a better average spot price buy than Sailor. Tether, Binance, Coinbase, BitMEX, all the exchanges that were here way before Michael Saylor, they all have a Bitcoin buy price that's significantly lower than Michael Saylor's. Michael Saylor continues to buy whenever the fuck he feels like it. I saw a lot of tweets yesterday. Michael Saylor's blah, 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 $6 billion in profit. You're not in profit until you take profit. Those are unrealized gains. Unrealized gains, fam. So, at the end of the day, unless Saylor sells at the top of this pump, at the top of the next bull run pump, assuming he doesn't get wiped out between the top of this pump and before we start the next bull run pump, assuming that doesn't happen, if he doesn't take profit, the exchanges, the Binances, the Coinbases, which always take profit, they always do, fam. They're in the business of taking profit. They're in the business of profiting. Those exchanges with extremely lower Bitcoin buy price will dump on him. So that's the Saylor situation. Is Michael Saylor going to sell in profit? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Will Clementel doesn't know. I'm not even sure Michael Saylor knows. But if he doesn't take profit, fam, there's consequences for every person that doesn't take profit. Every person that didn't take profit in 2021 and held their bag to the bottom has been underwater for over a year. Anybody that bought over $45,000 in 2021 and followed somebody like Hold on. Mike Alfred. Anybody that bought over $45,000 and listened to Mike Alfred is still underwater. They've been underwater for 18 plus months. Lark Davis bought all of his Twitter followers, Juan. Lark Davis bought all of his YouTube followers. Lark Davis is a LARP. He did not exist on Twitter, and then suddenly he joins Twitter and has 1 million followers. Go check how he bought followers. He bought them. All right, regardless. To my friends who will inevitably call me later in the fall, this is September. To my friends who will inevitably call me later in the fall when Bitcoin is at 70 or 80K, yes, you should buy Bitcoin right now for $46,000. Guess how many of my friends will actually listen? If you listen to Mike Alfred, you're still underwater since September 2021. Unless you sold it from 46 to 69K. All right? These people do not have your best interest. Period. All right? Period. So, something to consider, fam. There's a significant amount of people still underwater right now. There's a lot of people that listen to that fucking guy that bought above $46,000. A significant amount of people, holders, are still underwater. So if, going back to Saylor, if Saylor does not realize profits, he'll go back underwater, and then that exposes himself. That exposes himself to more risk, to a chance of losing, to a chance of going under, of having to sell Bitcoin because, let's say, his software company isn't doing well, whatever. Okay? That's the last point I'll make. Mad love, appreciate all you. Happy Wednesday. I hope you all have a good day. I will be back tomorrow at the Bitcoin close. I appreciate all you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you. Juan, Joey, Optimus, everybody. Mad love.